Yo, what is going on, my people? You know who it is. It's your boy Jay Askew. Welcome to the Profit First Show. I'm so excited to get into tonight's show. We started off a little bit later tonight. I had a mentorship call. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I've been learning a lot of things when it comes down to the money, the moolah, the munions, but I'm talking about stocks. So I had a one-on-one mentorship with one of my coaches and learned a lot of information that's going to be very useful in time to be when it comes down to the Cash Flow Creators Club. Link is in the description down below. That's where I share all my insights about how I have multiple streams of income, monetize my YouTube channel, monetize Facebook, invest into stocks, and put away money with every paycheck I have from my 9 to 5. So if you want the blueprint, if you want to be a part of a powerful community of like-minded individuals that we are starting up that are responsible about their finances, then don't hesitate to join in. I believe it is a free trial right now. But you don't want to wait too long because it is going to go away once we get a certain amount of members in there. All right. Anyways, that's enough. Let's get into tonight's topics. All right. First topic of tonight is going to be the cost of living. The second topic is the job market. Things ain't pretty in the job market. I'm gonna just say that right now. I thought they were. I thought people were complaining. Ooh, boy, do we have a lot to review, a lot to react to tonight. And then we got the food costs going on, whether it's fast food or grocery stores, Walmart, tipping culture, where everybody believes they need a tip because they need a tip. Yeah, okay. We'll see about that. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. I'm gonna make sure monetization is on. If you guys are watching a replay, shout out to you, man, for watching a replay. All right. You're always welcome to share your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree. It don't matter, man. It's the internet. Share what you got to say. We can all learn from everybody on what to do and what not to do. Why do you think we review videos like this and react to them? Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it, man. First topic of tonight, the cost of living, my friends, the cost of living. Let's go.
I just got my teeth done a couple of weeks ago, right? And so I posted about it. Then I got a comment under it, someone asking me, how was I able to afford it? I responded, I work. Like, I work and I save, and I am a content creator and I get brand deals. And somebody else responded to her comment and basically was saying how people are affording it because they're in credit card debt, just these other ways that just was negative. And so then she responded and said, thank you, because I just feel like a bunch of people on this app are not being truthful. Who's not being truthful? Because number one, I'm never going to get on the internet and lie about something. I've never been that type. And number two, y'all do know that not everybody is struggling, right? Some people actually can afford nice things. We really need to get out of this persona that everybody is struggling, because that's not true. Not everybody is in credit card debt. There are people who actually just have a great job that pays well. There are people who actually just know how to save their money. I know people who make $50,000 a year, but their savings account is double that, because they know how to save their money and they don't have to try to live this lifestyle that they can't afford. And I think that is the problem. People are trying to afford a lifestyle that it just doesn't fit them. You can't afford it, so you're trying to perpetrate something that it's not even you. But one thing I'm learning about this social media stuff is that people will comment negative things on your video because they are going through something themselves, so they have to post negative things about you so that they can feel better about themselves. So at the end of the day, it doesn't faze me. I don't let it affect me.
Yeah, I agree with her. A lot of people reflect what's happening internally. Not everybody is struggling. I know on this channel we review people who have gone through the struggle, but also people who we can learn from as well. As a matter of fact, I believe I'm going to start posting more videos of people that are giving advice on how they got where they're supposed to be. But let's talk about how someone is making $50,000 a year and have double that amount in their account. I don't think that's just from saving, baby. We got to be clear. A lot of the times when you have multiple, okay, times what you make in a year, it's coming from investments, it's coming from something you sold, it's coming from something else. 9 times out of 10, that's what I believe. Unless You guys can prove me wrong. Let me know in the chat in the comment section down below. Let's go ahead and continue.
I just paid $4 for this bottle of water at a bodega. And I say to the guy, $4? And he goes, it's because it's bigger. And I say, it's not the size that matters. And then we both had a little giggle. And then I slide him a $5 bill. He gives me back the one, but he still has his hand on it. Then I go to take it and he goes, oh, no tip? No tip? Tip? Mike, I'm sorry. Did you go to Poland Springs and make this? Did you make this water yourself? Did you bottle it? Unless you bottled this bottle of water, I'm not giving you $1. I just gave you $8,000 for some water and some plastics so I could have microplastics in my ovaries and have babies that look like a plastic.
Okay, so I understand her point on this. Naturally, I wouldn't want to tip either, but I have a rule of thumb that I go by just because I think abundantly about money. But let me know what you think. If anybody asks for a tip, I'm probably going to tip, even if it's small. Why? I grew up, at least the past 5 years in my life, I grew up in sales, right? I learned a lot about sales. And if you don't ask, you don't get. If you don't pitch, how do you expect somebody to pay you or pay you more? So I respect the nature of asking now. That doesn't mean everybody has that mindset towards sales or, oh, I'm going to ask just because I'm kind of hesitant on asking, but I'm going to ask because I think they should tip me. Like there's a very thin gray line there. But with me, I always repeat in the back of my head, if I am not willing to give up $1 or a certain percentage of, extra income for them, then how do I expect it to come back around to me? That doesn't mean everybody deserves a tip. Okay. But I always question myself on that because I believe what comes around goes around. All right. And if I don't hold on so tightly to it, then I have that mindset where like money just flows to me, bro. You know what I mean? Like money just flows to me. Now I work my ass off for it, but let me be clear. Money flows to me. How do you view money? Let me know what you think about this in the comment section.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but every single time I need to eat recently, it's like, oh, you need groceries. Oh, you need to go get groceries. It's starting to piss me off, like, every single time.
I can tell you why people are getting frustrated over the price of groceries. Most people don't meal prep. Most people get bored eating the same things. That's fair. But I believe that comes with sacrifice, man. Like if you want groceries to be the same price every 2 weeks, get the same stuff. And I get it. Groceries, they do inflate. So it's not going to be the same. But one thing about me that I learned that helped me save money with going grocery shopping is not eating breakfast. Okay. I'll eat maybe an apple and a protein shake and some coconut water, a glass of orange juice. And that's a big breakfast for me. Okay. A lot of people, or let me just keep it real with you. A lot of people are obese as hell in the United States, bro. And that's one of the problems right there. Okay. Think of it like a car versus a truck. The truck gonna guzzle up more gas. Why? It's a truck. And I'm not talking about diesel. Okay. Because that burns differently. I'm talking about a big truck that just takes the same gas as a car, but it's a gas guzzler. There's a lot of gas guzzlers in United States, obese people. And that's not to say you can't change, but this is clear. And she's not even obese, but you know what I'm saying? Like this is one of the reasons why I believe a lot of people spend a lot on groceries, especially because they eat a lot of junk too. Like we watched a video yesterday talking about a guy who was talking about, bro, the country's cooked, bro. Why did this cost $60? Sir, you had 6 muffins and 2 cheesecake cups sitting in there. I'm pretty sure you could have gotten something healthier or just saved that money, but you don't need cheesecakes and cupcakes in order for you to live. And for those in the back, they're going to say, well, we're in America. We should be able to get whatever we want because we work for it. Okay. Just stay broke and complain about the grocery prices. You know what I'm saying?
We spent $87,319. My son starts kindergarten soon. Yesterday was his last day of daycare. And people keep asking me like, oh my gosh, are you doing okay? Like, how are you feeling? I know this could be a really sad time watching your kid grow up. We spent $87,319 on daycare over the past 5 years. No.
Yeah, I ain't having a kid until I'm a millionaire, bro. And that's if God allows that to happen. Ain't no way y'all spend what? What? Please tell me that she is paying an inflated price on daycare. Please, somebody who out here who has a kid or multiple kids, how much does it cost to take your kid to daycare every single year? I gotta know. $83,000 over the past 5 years. That's $7,000 a year. My bad. No. $83,000 over the past 5 years is $16,000 a year. And that's $1,300 a month. How much y'all pay in daycare per month? Let us know in the comment section down below. That's insane, bro. That's my old rent. Huh? Gracious.
Do y'all remember when it used to not be legal and damn sure not common for merchants or vendors to be able to pass along credit card fees and surcharges to consumers? Like, you were not allowed to charge more for using a credit card. And now it is so fucking common. Like, it's outlandish. There was a 2017 Supreme Court ruling that allowed this, and now I feel like it's just so normalized. Like, do people even remember that this used to not be fucking allowed at all? Do y'all remember when—
That's actually pretty crazy. I did not know that was a thing that used to be illegal. Do you remember a time when? I'm looking it up real quick and asking AI because that's crazy. All these extra fees, according to federal law 1976 through 1984, federal legislation officially banned credit card surcharges under the Truth in Lending Act from 1976 to 1984, when Congress allowed the ban to expire. Okay, so as far as the credit card network rules from 1984 to January 2013, I don't even know if she was. Oh, well, she probably was born back then. But after federal law expired, major credit card networks wrote no surcharge clauses directly into their merchant contracts. Retailers were contractually forbidden from charging customers extra for credit card processing. Interesting. Now, there's a positive way to look at this and a negative way to look at this. Yeah, they're charging an extra fee. Do I believe it's fair? Heck no, because somebody collecting the extra money, and where they, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're getting it from somewhere, you know? Somebody making a profit, bro. That's not to pay the bills. Number two is use your rewards. I mean, they probably got a lot more benefits using a credit card now versus back then. Use your rewards to pay it off. That's what I think. I wouldn't stop using a credit card because they charge a credit card processing fee. Reimburse yourself by using the credit card and getting reward points and renewing them. Because not every credit card has benefits like that. So that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
Kids are required to be in school by law, so they should not have to pay for school lunches and other hot takes nobody asked for. For-profit prisons shouldn't exist. For-profit colleges shouldn't exist. Healthcare is a right and should not be for profit. You should not have to choose between an Uber and an ambulance. If a medication is required to keep someone alive, it should be free. Student loans shouldn't have interest. If you're stupid enough to lend 18-year-olds hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's your own problem. But again, that goes back to colleges should not be for profit. Teachers should not be buying classroom supplies with their own salaries. A child's zip code should not determine the quality of their education. A person working 40 hours a week should not qualify for food assistance. In fact, their money should be able to cover all of their basic necessities. Credit scores should not determine whether you can rent a home. But if you can afford rent and prove it, you should be able to get a mortgage with no problems. Overdraft fees should be illegal. It's taxing the poor. Charging people to cash their own paycheck is absolutely asinine. Corporations buying up hundreds of thousands of homes and then renting them out for double and triple what they're actually worth should be regulated. I think it should stop completely. Menstrual products should be free in schools, prisons, and public bathrooms. People shouldn't lose health insurance because they lost their jobs. And really, poverty shouldn't be profitable.
Wow, what a mouthful. All I can say is health wealth, relationships. I categorize a lot of these things into that when I hear things like this. So always let me know your thoughts about what you think about this. But I think number one, health, right? Whether it's, feminine products, whether it's, the food quality for you to live a longer life, whether it's healthcare, Medicare, whatever. I know it sounds cliche, but health is wealth, people. Like you, like it costs. Even if we take money out of it, it costs time to have a healthy body. Why do you say? Because the person who has a healthy body doesn't sit on the couch all the time. They'll go to the gym. They'll go on walks. They'll do cardio. So you're gonna have to pay a cost whether there's money or not. You're gonna have to sacrifice time and attention whether there's money involved or not. So I don't believe in, well, this shouldn't cost that, right? School lunch, should it be free? If it isn't free, you can probably supply, you're going to have to pay for school okay, let's say school lunch is free, but it's not healthy. So what are we doing here? Focus on what we can control. If you don't want to pay for school lunch for your kids, buy them lunch. But oh wait, that costs money. And then that kind of contradicts something else because it's like, oh, healthy food shouldn't be more expensive. I know she didn't say that, but like other people, like people think these things. They say these things, and it's like, it's called quality of life. It's called quality of life. She also mentioned people working 40-hour work weeks shouldn't be eligible for EBT, and they should be able to afford the groceries and living expenses. Thing is, the word should be removed, even though I use should right there. The word should be removed from that sentence because people's expenses are dependent on their choices they make financially. So it doesn't matter how much they make. It never matters how much you make. It matters on what you do with what you make. A lot of people sign away their paychecks before they even get them. They're only the middleman to their paycheck. As soon as they get paid, they pay the last man. They pay McDonald's. They pay Walmart. They pay the mall. They pay Amazon. But they fail to pay themselves and pay themselves first. Crazy.
Bro, Colorado's fucked if this is now $50 worth of food. 50 fucking bucks.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with another buyer bandit. Let's see what he got. That's some Dave's bread right there. He's got some juice, 0 sugar. I don't know what that red glass container is. Murdy, 80 grams of protein. What is it? Meat. And this is some type of ground turkey or meat, beef or whatever. $50 does sound a little expensive with that, but here's how I think, and that's not to justify the price. Meal prepping. Like, you can't improve what you don't track. A lot of people track what they pay for, but they don't track what they eat, right? How much protein gets you actually full? For me, about 30 to 35 grams in a meal gets me full. So I know if I'm looking at this ground turkey or beef or whatever, and I know, oh, one serving is 20 grams of protein, then I know how many meals is in this pack. Therefore, I'm not complaining about the price because I see how many days it can last me in my fridge and in my stomach. And therefore, when I compare that to the price of fast food, it seems like a no-brainer. So my thesis on this is grocery prices may be expensive, but fast food is even more expensive. Like, you don't have to eat 3 meals a day. I hope you know that, right? I'm just saying stuff that I do. You ain't got to listen to me. I'm just saying. I save a little bit more money because I don't eat 3 meals a day. I eat one big healthy meal in the middle of the day. I don't like to go to bed on a full stomach. It gets me drowsy. I don't like to overeat. I don't like to overindulge in food because, well, for one, I feel tired and lethargic. I do a lot. I work a 9 to 5. I do YouTube. I study stocks. You know what I mean? I run a community. Shout out to the Cash Flow Creators Club. I don't have time to be tired until the job is done. A lot of people get home from work, just stuff their stomachs and, oh man, I don't feel like doing nothing. You are what you eat, man. This ain't bad though. But the sugary stuff, cut that out, bro. I know that's like $4 or $5 worth of juice. And that's being cheap, but we don't need the juice. We don't need the juice. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you the last time I drank a soda. It was probably at a restaurant. I was probably sharing it with my fiance. I'm not drinking no soda, bro. I'm not paying for no extra soda, bro. Call me cheap. I might sound like Julius from Everybody Hate Chris, but I'm not paying for no soda. I'm barely paying for something if it's not helping me have more energy, make more money, or helping me focus. I'll pay for this, though. I know it's not the healthiest, but hey, a lot of people drink alcohol, bro. Get out my face. You know what I'm saying? I'll drink an energy drink before I drink a bottle of wine.
Why is it that I am so behind in life and I am watching my kids' fathers live their life? I'm watching them being able to work all these different types of jobs. And I have to work a job that works around my kids' schedule. Of course, I knew that. I'm working my ass off on social media. I have been creating content over and over. Every day I'm creating content. My son's birthday is coming up. I worked my ass off in order to make at least a little bit of something so I'm able to buy him something for his birthday. Then I turn around and my car, something is wrong with my car. So now I got to go take my car into the shop. So the money that I made from social media has to go towards getting my car fixed. And I sat and I told my kid's father, I'm like, hey, you know what? I really want you to just get the kids. I need to focus on getting my life together. And I really need to focus on figuring out what I want to do with my life. And I just feel like I have not been able to do that at all. I am so sick and tired of feeling so behind. I just feel like it was not meant for me to win. I keep telling myself, like, maybe my come up will be social media. I keep saying maybe my come up would be a new job. But where the hell is my support group? Where the hell is my family? Why is it that I have nobody? Why is it that I have nobody to call on when I need help? And then the people that's close to me, they can't help. They don't want to help. All I wanted to do was buy my son something for his birthday. That was it. I just wanted to make enough to buy my son something for his birthday. And I literally feel like I'm at that space of like, I want to give up so bad. I just wish that I could just work on my dreams and get myself together so I'm able to do the things that I need for them. And I literally don't have any support. There was nobody to call on when I need help, when I need anything. There was nobody. And I just feel so angry because, like, I feel like when people needed me, I was always there. I was always running. And when I need...
Okay, let's stop right there. Cold-hearted truth. I feel for her. But this all started with you talking about your kid and wanting to get him or her a birthday gift, which is, you know, sound like she's a great mother or wants to be an even better mother. The problem that I see with this is, and I hate to see this in the black culture. Okay. Why are so many people like single parents, bro? You're making it harder for yourself when you're a single parent. Now, if it was a situation you need to get out of, totally different situation. But when people say things like, why is nobody helping me? Nobody wants to help me. Nobody is here for me. But somebody was there for you to procreate. It's almost like it's a mindset to just ignore how much a kid actually costs, and people do and don't count what the consequences could be. Mind you, consequence doesn't mean something that ends up in a negative way. Consequence can also mean something that ends up in a positive way. Look up the definition of consequence. Okay. But the consequence of doing the do, and obviously, you were in good terms with, or 9 times out of 10, I will say that because there are some crazy situations out here, but 9 times out of 10, they were in good compliance with each other to do the do. But then what happened? Because 2 incomes is always better than 1. It's always better than 1. So she's talking about, oh, I was hoping to, get another job or, get a raise or, have content work for me. I get it. It's hard to do all of that. It's not meant to be easy, and neither is raising a child. We got to do better, man. We got to do better with our habits. I think that's the first problem that I hear It isn't about her job. It's not that she doesn't have a roof over her head. She's not homeless. She says she can't pay. She never said she couldn't pay for groceries and whatnot. We're talking about taking care of your kid. And you're talking about, well, my baby's father. Like, where is he at? You feel me? Like, have a better choice in men, baby. And for my fellas, have a better choice. Have a better judgment in women. I feel like the black culture literally puts the judgment off of who you choose to be your partner is strictly off of lust, 9 times out of 10. I've been there before. But I ain't never created no child. And that's what we talking about here. So I have to acknowledge that. It's not like she's not having income roll in. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. It's a sad situation. She's going to have to work her butt off if she doesn't have anybody to help her. But like, again, the child was created not by yourself. You're not asexual. So what choice did you make that you could make a better choice in the future or help recover from?
I have never had an oil change. Ever. I think oil changes are a fucking scam. Why do you need to change the oil when you could just buy oil and keep filling it back up? Now, I know what you're gonna say. They fried me to bits when I posted this on Instagram. But you can't convince me to get an oil change. I've had my car for 4 fucking years. 2022, 3, 4, 5, 6, bitch. I live in Wisconsin. I've gone to Kentucky and back, Ohio. I go to Chicago like 6 times a year. I've never had a problem. Y'all keep telling me my engine finna blow. When? And my car runs and drives perfectly, so y'all have yet to give me a real reason.
She gotta have a Volkswagen or a Toyota. I'm just curious. But let's go ahead and see what the comment section has to say. Someone said, you're definitely burning oil considering the fact that you've been able to refill it that much and it hasn't blown yet. And then when you do finally overfill it, one time your motor will blow and it will lock up and you will be stranded. As much stress as it's going through already, once you do actually fill it up too much, it's effed. But personally, I don't even effing believe this. I think this is rage. I think it would have effing blown up by now, to be honest. But if this is the truth, yeah, you just wait. You just wait until that S locks up. Ha 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 ha. You're so effed. Wow. I don't even want to read another comment, man. I know they're gonna tear her up. I remember I had this mindset towards my car. I did not know it needed an oil change. It was on its last leg. Okay. And I was ignoring that thing, man. And the engine started like making gear noises because it was getting dropped, man. It was some hard times, bro. I couldn't afford $100 oil change, man. Somebody tell her, man. Somebody tell her before she get her locked up, man. Locked up. They won't let me out.
I just have to say this. I feel like I have been spending my life savings on back to school this year. But there is something that just happened at Kohl's that I have to rage about. I'm sorry. We all know that everything is so unaffordable right now. And it doesn't matter which tax bracket you are in, it's all challenging. So if it's challenging for the dual income families, I can't even imagine how hard it is for other families trying to navigate back to school. So my family, I just took them to Kohl's to go get back to school clothes. And we had some really good deals and I was like, okay, cool. I'm like shopping clearance racks and I'm doing my thing. I get to the register. Y'all, I get to the freaking register and I'm like, okay. Like, I'm watching the tracking, I'm watching like the prices. I was like, oh wow, these are actually like better. Like, I'm actually doing better than I thought. Well, at the end, you know, they're always trying to sell you a credit card. And my family, you know, we don't buy retail credit cards. It's just a thing that we don't do. And so we get to the end. Kohl's, oh my gosh, I'm so angry. They put the discount of 40% off of what you would get if you opened up a Kohl's card from the beginning and did not notify me as a customer to tell me that they were taking the 40% off from the beginning. So I'm like watching the score. All of a sudden, they put it back on. The rate went up $60. And all of a sudden, we're in the next 100. And now I'm so angry. And I know that it's not the people that are working the register. And I said that to them. I said, that is so wrong. And you should tell your corporate that that is not okay to do to the average American. I said, you are conning them to get them to be able to get a credit card. In no way should you change my price at the beginning and then change it whenever I don't get your credit card. That is absolutely 100% corporate greed to the nth percent.
Yeah, that's some shady marketing right there. I can't stand for that. No can do. No, sir. What? Man, that's price anchoring, but it's reverse. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to get her to the register and then say, hey, ma'am, would you like to sign up for the Kohl's credit card? You can get 40% off if you use it with this purchase as you sign up. You get what I'm saying? But nah, bro, they did the complete opposite, and that's shady. Y'all be careful out here, man, because I don't even shop at Kohl's. I go to the thrift store and I buy my black shirts from Sam's Club. I'm good. I keep it simple. I keep it plain. I could care less about getting some fashionable clothes. But you heard it here first, okay? If you didn't know, now you know. Be aware. And I wouldn't even say just Kohl's. There's probably other stores that may do this as well. Be careful.
I come to the motherfucking laundromat to do my laundry because it's so much fucking laundry. I'm like, let me just get it one and done, get the fucking shit over with. $17 fucking dollars, bitch. Let me take my motherfucking laundry back the fuck home.
No, that's wild, bro. I thought it was gonna be a couple of quarters, to be honest with you. Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to go to a different laundromat. Would I pay that? Nah, I wouldn't pay it. It depends on how much it was before. Let me know, what's the craziest price that you've seen in public laundromats that you've had to pay. I believe when I lived in an apartment that had an laundromat downstairs, it was probably about $2 per cycle. So, and I look, I'm putting all my information out here, man. Unless they're whites, I'm washing all them things together. Unless it's bed sheets and they're white clothes, like I'm washing all of them together. I mainly wear black in the first place, so I usually don't have a problem with like, oh man, I got all these different colors and nah, I don't. Again, I keep it simple, you know. But yeah, $17 for one machine, bro. That's $34 just to wash and dry. If it's the same price, that's crazy. Anyways, that's it. That's all for this clip. I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Let's get it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get into the second topic of tonight, which is the job market. The job market is on its knees, literally, guys. We're going to go ahead and react to some videos about people explaining how they feel about the job market and what's going on in their lives. Let's go ahead and get into it. I don't see anybody's chat or anything, so we're just going to jump into the next one. Let's go.
I applied to a cashier's job yesterday where the description says must be able to stand for 7 to 8 hour shift. A job as a cashier. You're telling me for the entire shift, I'm obligated to stand. Are you paying me to stand? And this will just not make sense to me when it comes to working retail or frankly any cashier job. What is the obsession with companies just forcing their workers to stand on their feet when they don't need to be moving around at all? I'm actually convinced that they have to make their workers as miserable as possible because they get like a physical return on their misery. I don't get it. So obviously did not swipe on that job, but I have swiped on hundreds of other jobs.
You know what's crazy to me? I found out that a lot of job application posting or job postings online have been from the HR department. And a lot of the times they want to be grammatically and legally correct. And so they'll say crazy things. And I believe for two reasons. One, for that one reason I just said, to be legal and be grammatically correct when describing a job. Right? Because 9 times out of 10, most of the job is going to be on your feet anyways. But number two, to be a deterrent, okay? To drive people away who, it's sad to say, who are lazy or who they may consider lazy, right? Because someone who agrees and sees the job application and is like, wait a minute, I got to be on my feet for 17 hours. Well, you know what? It's worth it if I'm getting paid this much, right? So those are the type of people who already know, right? They already kind of set the bar. It's almost as if, like, if you were going on a first date with someone and they told you, like, straight up, hey, I'm looking for someone who is ready to settle down. I'm ready to marry, but I still got to know you, but I'm ready to marry. I'm not here to play around. I'm not here to, weigh my options. And it's like, as a man, I know how that feels. It feels like a lot of pressure. It's like, yo, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't press me for it. You feel me? Like, I ain't that type of dude to be just people pleasing. I don't people please. I move at the pace that I go, the beat of my drum. You feel me? And if it's a good match, it's a good match. If it's not, it's just not going to work out. But I'm not rushing for nobody. I feel like this is the same type of thing, but in a different environment. The HR is putting out these crazy things, and you'll see in other videos as well, where they got these crazy job requirements. And I believe that they're in place to have standards, legal standards, but also to deter people who may be lazy. And I also had proof from this from one of the jobs I was recently hired at within the past year, that the HR company wrote, or the HR part of the business actually wrote the job description. There was nothing crazy in it. It was just, they wrote it. And they were, in my old manager, I don't work there anymore. My old manager was telling me, she was like, yeah, if I wrote it, it would be completely different. But they put all this technical jargon into it and made it sound way more than what we really wanted it to be. Let me know if you've ever heard of scenarios like this, because I don't I don't think every job posting is actually 100% authentic, which actually sucks.
Would you support paid maternity leave for mothers?
No, ma'am.
Why do you say that?
So when we start supporting stuff, when does it end? We live in a generation that's got to work. We keep giving and giving and giving and giving. It comes to a point, when's enough enough?
What the actual fuck? I don't know who this is. This is some Florida politician. If you're from Florida, drop it in the comments who this is. But he actually said this, and he goes on in the video to say that women maybe only need a day or two, but this generation doesn't work hard enough, and we need to work and everything. I'm just like, the playbook for conservatives and Republicans to actually encourage and empower people to have more babies is so simple. If you gave paid family leave, if you made housing affordable, if you gave stipends to mothers to pay for childcare and to help with formula and help with food and all these pieces after the baby is born, people would be more willing to have children. But as it sits now, of course, people don't want to have kids. Obviously, I believe that it's their right to do whatever they want to do with their bodies. But people are not going to be encouraged to have kids when you've got assholes like this in politics.
So he does have some truth on this guy right here, but also I do question, and this is not for maternity leave. Like, first and foremost, I believe like there should be an extensive amount of maternity leave, man. I'm not a woman. Like, I don't know what it feels like to give birth. I never will, but that sounds like I have no words to attach to that. I just wouldn't want to go through that. Okay. I'm good on that. All right. I've been constipated a couple times, but I'm just keep it there. You feel me? As far as the aspect of people wanting more and more and it never stops, I do see the point that he has in that, okay? Because people always want to raise. Scratch out the maternity leave for a second. People always want more. What does the saying go? You give them an inch, they take a mile. People want more money. They want lower prices. They want more time. They want a 3-day weekend. They want a 4-day work week. You're not going to be able to solve everybody's problems. Now, one of the things that he did mention was people will be basically incentivized to create more babies. And this is the problem with America right now. As you make more, you consume more. We got to stop this. People get a raise. Oh, I'm going to get a new car. Bro, I remember a couple years ago, I was looking on Instagram. I saw someone who graduated a couple years after, or a couple years before me in high school, and he was I don't know what he was doing at work, but he said he got a raise, and he already had like a nice car. It was some type of like I think it was a Camaro, right? He got a raise and he posted it on social media. Not the raise, but he said, oh, with the new raise or with the new job comes the new car. And even back then, even though I knew nothing about interest rates and knew nothing about how to be financially disciplined, I knew that was a dumb decision. I'm like, bro, as soon as you got more money, you spent it on something else. You already had a nice car, bro. There's nothing wrong with wanting nice things, but when you get more, people already have planned what they're going to spend their money on. And which is why I say a lot of people are middlemen to their paychecks. If you gave us incentivized check, if you gave them more leave, if you gave us higher raises, if you decreased the cost of home loans, they would want more babies. That's the problem. More things that don't bring a return. Children are a blessing. I'm just not having them until I'm a millionaire. I'm good. Gucci. I'm okay.
Can we all just agree that a 2 weeks notice is not a thing anymore? Nobody needs 2 weeks to figure out what they're going to do when you're gone, when they already know how to replace you within 30 seconds. That is the most awkward and unproductive 2 weeks of your life. And of course, most importantly, our corporation would never, ever give you a 2 weeks notice. They will let you go on a moment's notice if it serves them. I don't think 2 weeks notice is a thing anymore. I don't think we should be giving it. I don't think anybody should ever even expect.
See, this is one of the reasons why I say nobody, like everybody cannot be satisfied. Like a 2 weeks notice, I think is, of course, a job, they're not going to give you a 2 weeks notice, which sucks, but you're not obligated to give them a 2 weeks notice. You know what I mean? Don't do it if you don't want to do it. Like, what are we really getting here? You're leaving the job. You better hope that you got other income streams coming in. That's what I'm focused on more. I can give 2 Fs about some 2 weeks notice if you have a 2 weeks notice until you're laid off. Bro, I don't care. I've already been Let me tell you something. If I got hired at a new job that paid me 3 times as much as I make now, I'm still working on other streams of income to beat that. Why? Because I'm going to have my own back better than you got my back. I done been in too many job industries and too many jobs to where I've seen, I don't care if it's IT, I don't care if it's, protected by the union. I've been in too many jobs and seen too many job industries let their people down by saying they got layoffs or trying to retire them early. Shoot, even the government workers, y'all ain't safe either, man. Just a year ago, people was crying they won't get their paychecks. It's the cold, hard truth, man. We better be preparing while the time is good. While we over here making money, you better be preparing while the time is good, because you never know until you know. And by that time, you better hope that you were preparing. There's this quote that I love, and it changed my life. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. Replay that again if you need to hear it. I promise it's going to change your life when you apply it as well.
I just watched a video of a lady from Australia saying the average worker there gets 4 weeks of paid leave every year. So it sent me down a rabbit hole, like looking to see what other countries do compared to the United States. In Australia, the 4 weeks off is the legal minimum. It's a law that people get like 20 days, not a special perk, not a corporate benefit, but normal, like the law. Then I looked at other countries. Y'all, in the UK, workers get like 28 days off. In France, 5 weeks of paid vacation. Sweden, 25 days. Germany usually ends up with around 30 days with holidays. And across Europe, the average person gets about a month off every year. Contrast with the United States. The legal minimum paid vacation is 0 days. There's no laws protecting workers to get any kind of paid vacation time. So when Americans brag about like hustle culture, just remember that the rest of the world has already figured out that people work better when they get rest.
That doesn't necessarily mean that the rest of the world thinks that people work better when they get more rest. Let me be clear on a couple things, because I'm not political, okay? But what I will say is a lot of y'all be wasting time. You can rest, bro. I don't understand the whole idea of wanting to take 20 to 30 days off. Wouldn't you feel like you don't have a sense of purpose? Wouldn't you feel like you don't have a sense of purpose? When I take too many days off, bro, I don't feel good. I'm going to just reference this to the gym. When I don't work out, let's say for a week, I start to ask myself, how did this happen? Because at a certain point, I felt productive, I felt energetic, I felt good, I felt sexy, I felt confident, I felt bold, I felt like a man. Here's the thing. I don't like feeling the opposite. But you know what keeps me from feeling that way? Putting in effort consistently. You know what helps me feel productive? Putting in effort consistently. I'm not bullcrapping, bro. So let me tell you this. I get it. You don't like your job. You deserve more days off. That's what keeps you broke in the first place. That's the whole point of educating yourself. You don't take a day off. When education stops at college or high school, and you think you're good for the rest of your life to work this 9 to 5, and then you complain about the cost of living, this is the problem. There's this habit that I picked back up that I had forgot about a while ago. And it's helping me stay consistent. It's helping me make sure I don't take not even a day off. I ain't even taking no day off, first of all. The first thing is it helps me track my time a lot easier and stay productive. It's called the Pomodoro app, right? I'm trying to show y'all here we go right here. I'm gonna just show y'all this screen right here, right? It's literally linked to my calendar, and then I set tasks that are on my calendar and I track. Okay, I said it was gonna take me 30 minutes to do this task. Okay, start the timer, boom, and it tracks how many minutes I was focused. Because we got more time in the day than you think. That's the truth. We got more time in the day than what you think. And some people say, we deserve 20 days off because France, Australia does it. I don't know if y'all believe in the word, man. I believe in the Most High. It's not wise to compare. This is called keeping up with the Joneses. Y'all just doing it overseas. You're just doing it overseas. Americans like to look at other Americans and say, oh man, how'd they get that? I want a bigger house. I want a bigger car. Why can't we just be happy with where we're at and improve with what we're given? Nah, you gotta want to have the same benefits as another country. When you got other people in other countries that want the same benefits as the United States does. You're not going to live in a perfect world. When you go overseas to get your 20 to 30 days off, there's going to be something that you wish you had again or had because you compared it to another country. You can't win with comparing, man. You just can't. You can't.
This could not be any more true.
I want to know, are all these people in all these houses can afford these brand new houses,
right?
And be at home all day?
Right.
So I'm going to ask them what they do for a living.
Perfect.
I'm going to ask them now what they do for a living.
Oh, we're doing it now. Okay.
Because it baffles me how they can be at home all day.
Right.
Oh, there's one here, a nice car. Nice big house. Hey up, pal. Sorry, I know it's a bit personal, but what is it that you do for a living that allows you to obviously have this big house and you always be at home? You never seem to be at work.
Oh, okay. So this is obviously a prank video. My bad, y'all. I don't like to react to like quote unquote fake videos. All I'm gonna say is everybody isn't struggling.
Okay, 2 questions. Why on job applications do they want to know if we get food stamps or not? Like, why is you worried? 2, why do they want us to be Hispanic or Latino? Like, it'll be a separate question from the ethnicities that'll ask you if you're a Hispanic or Latino. Then it'll be ethnicities, Black, white, Jamaican. Okay.
So I'm not sure why they ask if you have EBT or not. That's actually a really good question. I don't have the answer to. Y'all let me know if you know in the comment section or in the chat. Number 2, whenever that question pops up on a job application for me, I don't specify. I don't get the point. Like, I don't get the point. I'm not going to specify for whatever reason. When you see me, you see me. You know what I mean? A lot of the times we can tell if you Black or not by names as well. That's not me shaming Black names. I'm Black, bro. You know what I'm saying? My name is just Jay. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no color to that, you know? But I don't see how someone can, you know, I get it. Like you kind of can think about it like, oh, well, I got to put this because as soon as they figure out this about me, they're not going to want to hire me. Okay, sure. I don't like to play victim though, because I know there's been people who've had it worse than me and gotten better results. That knocks everything out the park. I don't hold myself back from self-limiting beliefs. I don't believe that I'm at a disadvantage. I don't believe that people look at me as a victim or less than. If I act, and I'm not going to say act fake, but if I act as if I belong, I'm already in the room. your self-image matters more to yourself more than how other people view you. It does. How you carry yourself, how you interact, how you escalate or de-escalate, how you communicate, what you know, who you know matters more than what you know. There's too many aspects that can work for us to say, oh, why they gotta ask this? I mean, it's your life. If you don't like it, don't apply for the job. I don't know why they asked that. If you don't like it, don't apply for the job.
Two days is not a motherfucker enough to be off for work. The 2 days that we off for work, we doing every motherfucking thing that we can do. Pay bills, clean house, wash clothes, cook food, go to the market, wash your eggs, make sure the children is done. Then the third day, that's for your brain to settle fucking down until you gotta go to fucking work.
Okay. Let's calm down for just a couple seconds because I almost smelt her morning breath through the camera. All right, that's number one. Number two, 2 days does sound like a little bit of time, right? And I used to think this too. I used to think, man, what? Technically, Friday isn't the weekend. Saturday is the weekend. And then Sunday, you got to prepare for work. That's how I think about the 2 days. But then I started to ask myself, what do I do with the time I can control? Because you're working 40 hours out of a week. 40 hours out of a week. Now, I don't know how much sleep you got, but 40 hours, hold on. 24 times 7 leaves you with 168 hours a week. After you work your 40 hours, you got 128 hours. Now, y'all might sleep 7 hours, 8 hours. I don't think we need 8 hours unless, you might be of age or you might have some type of health deficiency. But for people in their 20s up to, I would say, maybe 45 years old, okay? You probably need max 7 hours of sleep. And 7 times 7 is 49. So we subtract that 49 from 28. You're left with 79 hours in the week to where you can control your time. Now, if you got to go grocery shopping and wash your butt, time that mess. Stop complaining about it, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad. Hold on. What happened to my screen, bro? Man, the show must go on. I'm going to go ahead and continue, but so let me tell you something. I time my showers. Being crucial on your time, like you're working a 9 to 5, is one of the biggest blessings I've ever realized. We go to work and say, okay, I got to clock in at 9 and I got to leave at 5. We do work on our job because it matters for us to make money every 2 weeks in order for us to have a living. But here's the problem that I see with this. As soon as people clock out, they stop tracking their time. They stop treating their time like they treat their time at their 9 to 5. My showers, 7 minutes. And I take 2 showers in a shower. I prepare my clothes the night before. No, I'm not perfect, but I set myself up for success. This YouTube channel, bro, I'm scrolling while I'm on the toilet. Newman will tell you. Newman's in the chat. I already said it before. I find video. People say things all the time. I don't have time to start a business. I don't have time to create content. I don't have time to learn how to invest. I don't have time to grocery shop. Make your grocery list with AI. Shop on your phone while you on the toilet. Y'all on your phones anyway. Kroger has a pickup option that costs nothing. You sit in the parking lot and they bring it to you. Food Lion, same thing with them. Walmart, the same thing with them. What are we really talking about here? Learn how to use your time efficiently. Using technology, you get your time back. Yeah, you said, yeah, I can testify your videos have an interesting scent. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You did say that last time. But I say that to be very sarcastic. Like, there are very few times where I'm actually doing that on the toilet. You feel me? Like, half the time, I really find most of the videos while I'm scrolling in bed. But let me tell you this right now. A lot of people scroll into bed and waste a lot of time. When they wake up, look at her. She got her phone. Bro, You can't tell me she not laying back on the bed, laying flat, and being like this, recording the video. I told you, we smell her morning breath. She laying back like this. Being like, yeah, we don't, 2 days is not enough. 2 days is not enough. Try to hold your breath for 2 days. You tell me it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time, right? So what makes 2 days feel like a lot of time versus not a lot of time? I'll tell you what it is. Urgency. You see, if you had to hold your breath for 2 days, you wouldn't be here no more. Why? Because your body requires oxygen in order for you to live. It creates urgency. But y'all don't treat y'all time. Some of y'all don't treat y'all time like urgency. So that's why the 2 days go by quick. You sleep in Saturday night. Oh man, I'm sleeping. You know what I'm saying? You wake up, you watch TV. You don't clean up your living space as you're living throughout it, Monday through Friday. So Saturday is all full of cleaning up activities. You're not doing things to help you make more money so you can't buy your time back. And then those 2 days go by quick because Saturday is only the real weekend. And Sunday, you got to prepare to go back to work. And that's exactly how people stay in this cycle. You don't have to be a genius to understand this, man. You just got to stop thinking like everybody else. Ask yourself, well, if I don't have this, how can I get this? Or understand what people do who do have more time, who do have more money, and ask how they think. You know how you can get past this mindset? Read a book. Please, for the love of God, read a book. This is how I know people just scroll on social media and just watch irrelevant content. Oh my gosh. You know how much time we waste doing that, bro? Now, watching content like this, that ain't that. This is inspirational content. But I'm just here to say 2 days is a lot of time. Okay, hold on 1 second, because the audio is not playing. All right, here we go.
It's my raise that I got today for a whole year. 28 cents.
Damn. When she put it like that, that shit just pissed me off. She put it like that. When she showed you what it looked like, what your raise looked like, they might call you in that room and be like, hey, Sharon, we're about to give you an extra 28 cents on your dot. Like, you like, okay, cool. Extra 28 cents is cool. And then they show it to you like, bitch, what? This is what your raise sound like. Listen. All those credit card referrals, all those people you got to buy something extra, all the days you came in early, all the nights you stayed late, all the bullshit you took from your supervisor and your manager, all the people you didn't slap the shit out of, this is what you got.
I don't want to hear any more of this. I'm going to say this and say this once. You applied for the job, you knew how much they were going to pay you, and you're complaining about it later because of inflation maybe, or your cost of living or your spending habits. Should you have income that you just put aside and put into investing that you don't use on liabilities, you wouldn't be complaining about it because the money is making money for you. Therefore, it has a greater purpose. But when you just live to work to pay bills, man, this caffeine is working for me tonight. Guess what happens? You complain about how much of a raise? You complain about things like how much you get? 28 cent raise, which is $537 a year more that she's making, which is $44.80 per month more that she's making. Now, taxes is going to eat that up. But you already trading your most valuable asset. So what are we really talking about here? Guys, invest. Lower your... We say it every show. But I'm just going to say, you signed up for that job. Why are you complaining now? I'm going to tell you something, man. I don't go into a job thinking that I'm going to get a raise. I don't. I create my own. I create my own. That's the ambition. That's the fire inside of me. That's the difference between the have and have-nots. That's the difference between the people who complain and the people who stay the same. Or the people who complain and the people who don't stay the same. One person does something about it. The other person hopes that another person's going to hand it to them. That's why you get handed the pennies. Because you're waiting for somebody to give it to you. They're going to feed you the crumbs. Here's a fact. What you're getting paid already is the crumbs. You're worth more to the company than what they pay you. You know how I know? It's called a profit. They can't stay in business if they're not making a profit.
Working 5 days just to be free for 48 hours, it just don't sit right with me. Like, there's no way that you're going to dress that up. Who came up with the scheduling? And then if you decide that you want to work fewer days, you have to work 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day. Oh my God. This is slavery. And before y'all say that bullshit, at least they giving you a pay. Barely. You used to go paycheck to paycheck. You used to know like, damn, I'm going to be on my last 20, but I get paid on Tuesday. Baby, not no more. You're making it to paycheck to 3 days after you got that paycheck. And now they let you borrow off your paycheck. Don't do that. I'm telling you that from experience. Don't do that. Check on payday, gonna be looking scarce. Scarce. If somebody could have told me when I was a spring chicken and I ain't have that many health issues, like, oh, forego the insurance and just go PRN. That way you can go to work whenever you feel like it. When I tell you I would have did it, I would have did it. And they made more money. Now we got to have 2 jobs, a side gig, be an entrepreneur and a content creator.
Yeah, it's a class war thing, man. Like, yeah. But working 5 days a week is not bad, bro. When did Americans become so lazy? You know, entrepreneurs, the people that most people hate, the people that they want to be taxed more, the people that pay you your paychecks, they work a lot of the times and don't get paid. They work and they take most of the risk. They work while everybody is asleep. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I have no employees. I work for myself. I work when my friends play video games. I study when my friends play video games. I'm on mentorship calls with my mentors while my friends and peers or people my age are out partying and going to the club. I'm not complaining because I know one day it's going to pay off. So the people who do the least amount of work have something to complain about. What is there to complain about? You are getting paid. And if you think it's slavery, it's because you're not doing what you need to do with the money that the person is paying you or the business that's paying you so you can have your own freedom. I guess you're just going to stay stuck. If you clicked on this video and you thought that you was going to get some type of empathy like these other weak YouTubers who go up here and just say, oh man, no, it's just not fair. You might as well go ahead and leave my channel. I ain't never going to be that. I'm never going to be that. I wasn't raised that way. And I truthfully believe a lot of content creators that try to cope with people with this type of mindset literally just do it because it's just going to be popular and it's going to be shared a lot. I could care less. I care about making a difference. Agreeing with everybody doesn't mean that you're making a difference. And that's what keeps a lot of people stuck. They think that people at the top care. They don't. They have a different mindset. They don't even think like people who have this mindset. They don't think like that. So why in the world would they care about it? Oh yeah, you know, Susie wants a raise. Well, she better hope that the business is profitable. You know what I'm saying? We're bro, I digress.
I just got rejected from Chick-fil-A as a cashier. What the heck is so wrong with the job market? I have a bachelor's degree that I spent 4 years getting just so I can get a better job. All the old people telling us, get your higher education, get that degree. That should really be questioned because why can't I find a basic cashier job? If I didn't have that dumb OU app to get money from a bunch of lawsuits, I would be living in a ditch right now. I was able to pull $1,200 on a Jewel lawsuit over on the OU app. But
Man, don't even hit me with this promotion bull crap. I can Smell that from a mile away. Let's talk about how someone got a bachelor's degree, they went to school, got in debt, and they just can't find a job. You went to college to get a higher paying job. No, 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 you did not. Nobody goes to school to get a higher paying job. You know what they go for? To get a degree. And let me tell you something. The degree does not guarantee you get a higher paying job. And let me tell you this this last thing. Every degree isn't equal. She didn't even say her degree. So what was your degree in, baby? You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't in something that's actually valuable to today's society or tomorrow's society, the future, sorry to tell you, we all got to learn somehow. Can't get a job at Chick-fil-A, they probably think you overqualified and you're going to leave as soon as you have an opportunity to make more money at a different company. Maybe, but I'd like to know, what is her degree in specifically? Obviously, she didn't say it. Let's see this. Let's see if it's in the comment section. You are overqualified for that job. They hired. Okay, yeah, no, she didn't put it. Next. Oh, I lied. Anyways, that's it. That's all for this video. I feel like I've been lying to y'all recently about like the next video, but hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Y'all know I wouldn't lie to y'all, man. Anyways, I'll see you in the next clip. I'm out. Let's get it. Next up. Stop. Let's go, man. We on the road, bro. We on the road. Last topic of tonight, guys. Food costs crisis. This is good, man. We're going to talk about tipping. We're going to talk about the cost of groceries, the cost of eating out. Oh, man, this is good. I'm excited for this topic, right? This was the one I wanted to hit tonight. Say the best for last. Newman commented and said, yo, you streamed late. I just got off work. You got off work late, my boy. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I streamed late, bro. I had a mentorship call with one of my mentors with investing, and it was kind of difficult to like schedule the call out, but he did give me more time than I expected, and I respected that. I actually, you know what? I actually tipped him. I actually did. I actually tipped him like $20. I slept wrong, man. My neck. Woo! I went the whole show without showing that I had neck pain from sleeping wrong last night, but it is what it is. Look, I tipped him $20. Talking about tipping, because I know I know there's a lot of people that cap on the internet. Okay. Let me see what I can share without sharing sensitive information. Okay. So check this out here. I was on a mentorship call with him. I had a video call. And he sent me the recording, and he said, and good looks on the tip, dog. That's real. And I said, thanks for the replay, bro. And yeah, gotta give credit where credit is due. So I paid him extra on top of whatever it was for me to get that call with him. Y'all can see right there. I know it looked backwards. Oh well. There you have it, folks. All right, let's go ahead and get into. Oh shit! Woo, man, my neck, bro. I took some ibuprofen. That thing still didn't work, man. All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Food cost crisis, or whatever they say on the internet. Let's go.
Isn't McDonald's like stealing? Husband went into McDonald's to buy a Diet Coke and use their bathroom. He paid with cash. His change was supposed to be $1.84. A girl hands him back $1.80. Wait, my change is $1.84. Like, where's my other 4 cents? Oh, we don't give out pennies anymore. And he's like, well, that's not my problem. My change is $1.84. So if you're not gonna give me pennies, then give me $1.85. She goes, I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna make my till short. Obviously, it's not about the 4 cents, but like, if you think about if they're doing that to like people every day, like that's kind of like not ethical, right?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Them small little, you know what I'm saying? Them small little gains matter, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. That's how I saved my first $4,000 into the stock market. Little $100 here, $70 here, $40 here. I thought it was nothing when I first started. Nah, it adds up. It adds up. And it adds up quite fast as long as you don't keep looking at it, which is the bigger picture when it comes down to taking little cents. They're making profits, man. They're making profits. That's completely wrong. I don't care. Give me my change back. What would you do in this scenario?
There are no employees, right? So, wait for this. I'm going to go in. I'm going to get an iced tea or something. Let's see. All right. We'll carry it. That's all I want. Now, I'm not going to see any employees. I'm not seeing it. All this is what I see. I see a checkout here, right? Okay. So I scan it. Okay. Now, I'm going to flip you around just so you see what I see. See that? So I'm going to say next. Would I like to leave a tip? I have not seen a single employee. I have scanned my own Perrier.
Yeah, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen with tipping. Y'all got this one. I can't argue with this man. Someone said, I want to see the option. Would you like to tip for doing this part yourself? Oh, man, my limit ran up. Hold on. All right. Another person said, you better leave 20% and the machine will log this as a misdemeanor. Your social credit score will drop. Y'all remember that Black Mirror episode where people, like, if they didn't treat each other nice, their social status would drop and everything, man. This is crazy, bro. Yeah, this is crazy. I can't stand for that, man. No can do. Not on this one.
Okay, not to be messy, but what's the deal with all of these fast food places asking for tips? Like, when did that become a regular thing? I'm at the drive-thru. I literally had to drive, wait in this line, order through a machine, and then it's like, oh, it's going to ask you a question, and then you can just pay. Like, why do I have to pay you 15% tip for driving up and getting the food myself? There wasn't a delivery. There was no additional customer service. Is it just me, or is that shit outrageous? And does that tip go to the actual employee or just, thank you, another fee that the local collect?
So that's actually a really interesting question because I don't know if it goes directly to the employee. So you let us know if you know somebody that works at Starbucks, because she's at Starbucks, she's at Starbucks, okay? And you're going to pay a pretty penny when you go to Starbucks. Whether it's real or not, you're going to pay a pretty penny. I promise you, okay? Ask me how I know. I go to Starbucks sometimes. Don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? Judgment free zone. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's the internet, y'all take shots at me too. I go to Starbucks. My only thing with this is I think like Starbucks is marketed towards like a barista is kind of like a bartender. They make your drinks, they make it unique. Oh, how many shots of espresso would you like? Or how many pumps of caramel? You know what I'm saying? And if they make it good, man, I'm tipping, man. What you mean? It's $1, but it's still a tip. I mean, you can tip $1. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Starbucks. I'm asking for luxury. If you don't think it's luxury, we got some explaining to do because you're not making your own coffee. You're having somebody else make it. And I know you don't think that's a luxury, but in other places of the world, people don't have that luxury of doing that. Or they don't have the luxury to actually go to a place and get served. I think it's a luxury. Which is also another reason why everybody shouldn't be eating there. You're going there every morning. I need my Starbucks. No, you need to sleep more and stop scrolling on your phone first. That's your Starbucks.
I found a Walmart receipt that's over 20 years old. In 2005, these 17 items cost $32.59. We're gonna go find out how much these cost in 2026.
First stop, Doritos. They used to be $2.50, now they are $3.97. I found the Good Value salsa, used to be $1.96, now it is $2.64. Good Value chocolate, I miss when they were $3.74, now they are $4.67. We need 2 2-liter bottles of Pepsi. They used to be $2.36, now they are $5.68. A can of corned beef hash, used to be $1.64, is now $2.72. 2 boxes of chicken chicken broth used to be a good old $1.36, now it is $3. Now when I got to the milk, there was no price for some reason, free, but plot twist, it used to be $2.82, but now it's $2.06, 76 cents cheaper. Moo? Clorox wipes used to be $2.34, now they are $3.38. Can of premium chicken breast used to be $2.18, now it's $3.42. And we must have gotten a single serving of apple juice for 97 cents in 2005, but literally the cheapest apple juice I could find, $3.13. I am expensive. Now in 2005 we got Easter greeting cards, but right now it's about to be Mother's Day. I got a little lost looking for the aisle. Greeting cards. But I found it. 3 cards used to cost $4.70 total. Hi, friend. But today, 3 cards cost $18.94. I didn't even get the fancy 3D singing ones. Lastly, in 05, we got the Bruce Almighty DVD, which was 2 years old at the time. So I looked for a DVD that was also 2 years old. Thunderbolts? Nope. Freakier Friday? Nope.
Yeah, we don't care about the DVDs. Nobody even has DVD players anymore. If you got a DVD player, shout out to you, but nobody watches DVDs anymore. Number 2, the greeting card, the thank you card thing, stop. Nobody needs no card that sings to them. I know you think that's cool and everything, but please, for the love of God, if you're complaining about the card prices, buy a card and send a Spotify link to listen to their favorite song or something. Like record something on your phone and then send it to them or something. Like have AI do it or something. But don't complain about a doggone card when you can go to Dollar Tree and get a 10-pack for like $3 to $4. Ask me how I know. I don't buy no greeting and thank you cards and birthday cards in a bulk. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? They in my trunk, bro. No cap. Groceries. She listed out of all those things, I think it was like 4 things that have doubled the price. Now that sounds insane until you think about the aspect. Man, it's been 21 years. Comparing 2005 to 2026. Interesting to look at, but if we're looking at it took 21 years in order for these 4 things to double in price, have you not made more money in 21 years? I'm just curious. I mean, maybe you haven't gotten a raise. Maybe you haven't gotten a different career choice in 21 years. I'm 28, bro. That means I was 7 years old. I ain't even have a job. 5 years ago. No, 2 years ago. No. Last year in March, compared to now, I'm making almost double. What are we talking about? 21 years. Stop. Don't argue with me. Don't argue with me on this in the comments. I don't want to hear nobody say, well, Jay, you need to look at. No. Stop. I know things go up, but your income does too. I know it's a ratio thing. But a lot of people like to keep up with the Joneses. They like to get in debt. They like to give free money over to interest. You could be debt free and using that money that you're paying towards interest to go ahead and buy them little electric cards or comparing DVDs or buying food. Stop. A lot of people in debt. Don't be one of them.
We don't tip. You're literally working for free. How much do you make as a waitress, Texas Roadhouse?
We get paid $2.13 an hour plus tips.
And then you also have a tip out.
30% of what I get in tips has to go to the bussers and the hostess.
So at other ones, it's if like let's say our meal's $100, you have to tip out 3% of that, no matter what, off the total amount of our check.
Oh yeah.
Basically, we don't tip. You're literally working for free.
Yeah, I've had people $160 bills and they don't tip me at all, but I still have to tip out of my money that I made. If I get stiff, I have to pay the bussers and the hostess money out of my money, out of my pocket.
You feel like it's worth it to be a server?
I mean, I do. Like, I'm not entitled to tips, and I try to go above and beyond for like everyone. So I like earn a good tip and like you guys have a good experience. And there's some times where I've made like $47 an hour. So like it could be really like a huge blessing and like really good. So yeah, I think so.
All right, thank you.
I hope you guys have a blessed.
That's really interesting, and at least we have the truth here because you got everybody in the comments of all these social media posts talking about, well, you know, waiters and waitresses, they earn only this much and stuff, and you know, it's always a war going back and forth. And I'm going to hit it from 2 sides here. I'm going to hit the side first that a lot of people aren't going to like, which is they signed up for that job. They knew what they were signing up for. We cannot complain about things that we know we're going to get paid. And you know, there's not a guarantee that you're going to get paid a certain amount. That's almost like a salesperson mad that they couldn't make a certain amount of money every single month when their performance is based off of that. But there also are cheap people as well. Okay. Or that's like an entrepreneur getting mad that, hey, man, like, yeah, there are people who are on the internet who buy my product and then ask for a refund. Like that happens, whether you have a physical product or a digital product. Okay. Now, on the waiter's end, I feel for her because that's literally nothing. All right. But she says she has to pay 3%, which is even worse. So it's like, where do you win in this economy? How, I wonder what their living expenses are and what they have to pay for in order for them to, are they living with family and being a waiter? Are there any like waiters that have their own apartment or own house, or like they pay a car note, they're like living on their own and they can afford it because they are a waiter? Because if there are, I would put money on it that they're at a higher tier restaurant, not at a restaurant where a meal can be $15 to $25. Like if I were to be a waiter, I would be a waiter at a restaurant that's like prestiged, or not prestige, but prestigious. You know what I'm saying? Where the meals are probably close to $100 per plate.
They're lying about the inflation numbers. Go to the grocery store. Look for yourself. Their grocery prices are much higher. They're lying about the inflation numbers.
Yeah, even if they're lying about the inflation.
They're lying about...
Okay, my bad. Even though they're lying, even if they are lying about the inflation numbers and everything, bro, we have to lower our living expenses. I told y'all, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are obese, bro. You're going to eat more when you're bigger. Or obviously you're eating more when you're bigger. That's not fat shaming. That's just the truth. Bigger body, more food. Eat nutritious. You know what I'm saying? Skip a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to solve everybody's problems because people got families and whatnot. But I think about what we can do the quickest, and that's what I think about. All right? That's what I think about. What can we do the quickest that we can control?
What has DoorDash come to? I just pick up an order here to walk across the lot to drop it off right here. Hello? Why would you spend money on DoorDash? Like, people just got too much money for no reason.
Big homie, just deliver the food. Just deliver the food, dog. We don't have an answer for this person. I can tell you why I would order DoorDash. And if I was that close, it would be because I'm making more money than what it would take for me to go over there. And I knew it would only take a couple of minutes. But at the same time, if I have a client, I don't know where that person is working. If I have a client that's paying me, let's say $200 within that 30-minute time frame to do something for them, maybe it's a massage, maybe it's doing their hair or something, then I'm going to order DoorDash, bro, because it's probably like $10 or $15, even if it's inflated. Just go ahead and walk over there. You getting paid to walk, okay? And they getting paid to work. That's the world we live in, capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Why would you pay? Because they can. And if they can't afford it, that's on them. But I think DoorDash is one of these tools that a lot of us should be using to capitalize on our time, not just for convenience. Not just for convenience. Not just because, oh, yeah, I don't really want to go out. I feel you on that. You know, treat yourself out and everything. But like, yeah, I'm going to have to justify why I'm spending more on something, especially if it's unhealthy. And I can go ahead and get it myself. But I know our time is more valuable than our money. We can always get more money. We can't get our time back. All right, that's it. That's all for this clip. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, I'm out. Let's get it. All right, guys. So Newman, quick little update about how I read comments because we're going to have more people joining the live stream as we continue on and stay consistent. I'm going to be reading a comment section in between each segment. So we just finished people talking about the cost of food, right? And so now we're going to acknowledge the comments, just keeping everybody on the same page so you don't think I'm like skipping over your comments and everything. All right. And a part of that reason is because the clips have been like 30, 35 minutes because I read the comments in between the videos and it's like, oh boy, you know, yeah, I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you, bro. So Newman commented, America is the only country that underpays its workers and offload that responsibility to the customers. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think it's fair that waiters get paid that little. Playing tug of war here, there's always a left and right. There's always two sides to every slice of bread, every coin. They signed up for that. Like, we know this. right? We know this comment right here. America is the only country that underpays workers and offload their responsibility to the customers. Would you be a waiter? This is a question for everybody. Would you be a waiter or waitress? Knowing this, because I wonder what makes people want to be a waiter knowing this. I wouldn't. So why would they want to? Newman said, also don't donate to charity. Yo, Newman, you made my neck hurt, bro. I slept wrong last night, man. Don't be saying that, bro. Hold on, I ain't even finished reading the comment. Bro said, also don't donate to charity at restaurant/grocery stores. Employees don't get paid and the money goes towards lowering taxes for companies. 100%. We've been on that, bro. We've been on that. Would you like to round up? No. Would you like to round up? Would you like to give me a refund? No? Okay. Vice versa. What in the world? Yeah, man. They be getting them write-offs and stuff, man. Asking for stuff like that. Get out of here. Anyways, that's it for tonight's live stream. It's crazy that 3 of y'all popped in here when we about to end it, but we're live Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. EST. I'll see you guys next week. We post every day, though. Remember that. We post every day. So I got y'all. All right? Hold on. I got to read this. I got to read this last comment from Newman. You know what I'm saying? He's a loyal supporter. Newman said, yeah, nah, give me my food and I'll be on my way. Facts. And then some of these fast food places be asking or be saying, oh, if you want extra sauce, it's 25 cents. Yeah, all right. Okay. Half the time when it's a female at the fast food place, I just be like, give him a nice smile, talk to him gently, you know what I'm saying? And they usually give me the joke for free, You'd be like, can I have like one more sauce, like please? If you're kind to people, I can't even say if it's just females. You know what I'm saying? If you're kind to people and respect people, bro, I feel like they'll look out for you. All right, that's it. That's all. Appreciate the support, Newman. Appreciate everybody who tapped in. I will see you guys on Monday, but we post every single day. All right, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. EST. I'll see you guys Monday. All right, I'm out.